You've all heard of and probably participated in a paint-by-number picture. It's a kind of done-for-you project that uses numbers to tell you where the colors should be placed and what colors should be used. If done correctly, you're guaranteed to have a flawless masterpiece. Now, most of us will never create flawless masterpieces, but all of us would like to benefit from guidance. And my guest today, Gina Rhoda, Master Intuitive Numerologist, wants to give you the guidance you need to succeed. Because when you know your number code and the positive and negative aspects of each number in that code, you'll know how to use your strength and strengthen your weaknesses. Welcome, everyone. It's Marcia Martin, the Heart Healer, here with you on Angel Heart Radio. And today I am sharing with you my friend and wonderful mother, Master Numerologist Gina Rhoda. And if you're ready to understand how the numbers are influencing your life, then I want you to stay with me, because when we come back, Gina will teach you how to use your number code to succeed.
Angel Heart Radio programs should not be used to replace your legal or medical advice, nor your own sound judgment. In truth, nothing can dim your magnificence. You are a divine spark, a universal light. You are here on purpose. You are part of a divine plan, and it's our joy to support you. We're here to celebrate you. Welcome to Angel Heart Radio. Powered by love, Angel Heart Radio is brought to you by AngelLight777.com. Great news, everyone. Angel Heart Radio is now live streaming on our Facebook page, and we have a fully searchable, brilliant podcast platform for you at AngelHeartListen.com. Put the power of the spiritual realm to work in your life with Marcia Martin on Angel Heart Radio starts now.
So we're back, and I am delighted to see so many of you that are excited about getting a reading from Gina today. So I'm going to open the call lines in just a second. We have an hour today, so please let's be respectful. If you do want to receive a reading, you'll have to call before quarter of. The show will complete at 5 p.m. Pacific time. But before I open the lines, I want Gina to explain to us a little bit about the numbers. So I'm going to ask her some questions, because it's so important that when we use these incredible gifts and techniques that have been made available to us, we do so with understanding, so that we're able to comprehend and fully take advantage of all of the knowledge that we're receiving. So Gina, welcome. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, Marcia. Happy Mother's Day. I just want to acknowledge you on Mother's Day. You're a beautiful woman and being, and a beautiful mother, and one of my favorite people in the world. And it's an honor to be here. And I want to thank every mother and welcome every mother in the world. Blessings. Sending love and energy to all the beautiful mothers in the world.
And now we are going to take that incredible creative energy that Gina has mastered so beautifully from the Divine Feminine, and she's going to explain how she uses her gift with numbers to help you guide through the challenges in your life. So, Gina, let me ask you, how can understanding your number code help you in life? How is it providing guidance?
Well, the number code, numerology, even Pythagoras, the greatest mathematician and Greek scientist and numerologist, said number rules the universe. So everything is coded, everything is numbers. So not only is everything numbers, but there's energy and a symbolism to numbers. And so as much as I understand and know about numbers, it's important to really understand your birthday. That's the most important Those are the most important digits. There are many numbers. There are name. You have numbers for your name. You have numbers for your soul. However, I'm guided to focus on the birthday because the birthday shows the life path and the purpose and the mission and your attitude about life and the strengths, the real strengths that you came in with on your birthday. And it's really compelling to understand what the positive aspects are. I call them the high notes. And then there's the low notes, the negative aspects. And all of us have them. And it's important to embrace the positive and negative. And I will support you to understand how to stay more on the positive side of the numbers because it's a choice and it's practice. So if you choose to stay on the positive side and practice, you will have success in every area of your life.
So now I need to ask you, are there any numbers that are better than others? I mean, do we all want to be born on a certain day?
Well, that's hard for me to really gauge, honestly. Spiritually, I'd say, they're probably all equal. However, what I've been given is that the master numbers have the most gifts and blessings, but they have the greatest challenges and obstacles and lessons. So the master numbers 11, 22, and 33. And they are also indicative. They have single digits, so they have 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s. Whatever number you're born on is the best number because somehow I believe you've chosen it. Believe that or not, or understanding that or not, you've chosen that birthday. You've come in on that, and so those numbers serve you no matter what. And there are blessings in disguise.
So, is it possible to acquire number attributes that you may be missing?
Well, you have a blueprint. You have a code, you have a blueprint. Your birthday numbers, obviously, you can't change unless you change your birthday, which is silly. But, when you change your name, that changes some number attributes. And I would, warn and suggest be very, very cautious about that. So, yes, it's possible. All things are possible in the universe. However, I focus on the numbers that you have, and then sometimes I take a look at the numbers that aren't there just to see if I can get any more information and wisdom.
Okay, on that note, now I need to ask you, should you look for numbers that are the same or similar to yours when you approach a relationship? And I'm speaking romantic, business, and friendship. What makes a good partnership?
Well, really good questions, Marcia. Thank you. Yes, it's important to pay attention. Once you're aware of your numbers and you can go in depth with what they are and understand them and understand how to work with your numbers, it's good to take a look. It's wise to take a look at, especially love and relationship. Sometimes you can have opposite numbers and there's great harmony. It depends. When I do a reading, I have to pray and meditate, and I have to see how that aligns from a soul level. But it's good to have some similar numbers. It's good to have, if you have all odd numbers, it might be good to have somebody that has also a 3 and a 9 or a 5 or a 7 or a 1 and a 3. Also similar numbers indicate soulmate. So there are many variables, but I would be looking for harmony, which would mean to have a couple similar numbers with someone if they're on the positive side of their numbers. So there's no guarantee. If they're on the negative side of their numbers, maybe not.
Oh, true. So in this case, it's not opposites attract. It is similar attracts? Is that correct?
Both.
Okay.
Similar attracts, opposite attracts. The high vibration attracts and the low vibration attracts, depending on our lessons, depending on what our soul's lessons are and what the next wave of our learning our lessons and expanding our soul, our evolution and expansion.
Oh, it's brilliant. Okay. So why then, in your opinion, would you choose a difficult number, or perhaps there are no difficult numbers, they're just low vibrations of a number?
Right, unevolved or, undeveloped strengths. There's strengths and there's, people say weaknesses. Okay, I believe they're undeveloped strengths. So, sometimes you need a frequency that will spark something, activate something in you, or motivate you in a way that you would not be ordinarily. So, it's really, if you're picking consciously, you want to pick harmony and synergistic numbers. I remember someone saying to me a long, long time ago, you need to have a lot of master numbers around you, a lot of even numbers around you. That'll bring more joy and harmony. So just consequently, I've had a combination of everything, but I notice when I'm with similar numbers, and especially master numbers, there can be a lot of harmony and fun and balance.
Interesting. Okay, then now I got to ask you. Certainly, when I see either a sequential number or a single-digit number keeps popping up all of the time, I will probably Google the meaning of the number. Does that have any value? Are we really getting anything by doing that, or is that just
believe so, Marcia.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I believe so.
Too silly,
well,
because some of these explanations are ridiculous. But
because I don't study numerology and I don't, look the numbers up necessarily. On occasion, somebody's called me and they, I've looked, but it's not what I study. But there's a frequency. Numbers have energy, and so I get all my messages on the freeway with license plates and on my clock, right? So when you're looking and you're thinking about something, and you look at the clock, pay attention to what you're thinking about. Either you have guides, you have your souls connecting with you, you have angels, of course, Marcia, the heart healing angel heart radio. There's God source, there's all kinds of divine messages. So I pay attention, and I'm guided a lot around looking at numbers. I see 444, 1111, 1122, 822. I mean, you name it. I could like clockwork all day long. In fact, there's numbers are spirit and science. Yeah,
and that reminds me, someone sent me a post on Facebook that tonight at 8:20 military time, it will be 20 or something like that. So,
wow.
Really, a really cool day. Really cool that this will be the only time in history that we'll get all those 20s, 20 at 8:20 military time. I mean, it'll be 20 military time. It'll be 8:20 on your clock.
Okay, that's very fascinating. I wasn't aware of that. And also today is 5/10/20, but the actual, even though it's the day is the 10th, the actual energy of the day is also the 10th, because you add all the numbers for the energy of the day. It's not necessarily the 10th or the 9th or the 8th. No. So that's fascinating. It's a 10 and it's a 10 energetic day as well.
Oh, wow. So if we do feel drawn to a particular number, like the 10 is calling today, is there any reason for our attraction to that number, or is it just kind of random?
Well, I don't think anything's random with numbers. I don't feel that, but either you have a 10 in your number code, you may not even know. It could be soul, could be name, it could be family. I do family patterns, which is quite fascinating. There might be, let's say you're very connected to your mother, and she's born on the 10th or has a 10 in her, and she's thinking of you, right? Or it's a powerful day for you with your mother. So there's those kind of connections. I don't believe there's anything random in the universe. That's just me.
Well, I tend to agree with you on that. Having just things are so synchronistic when you are in alignment, and such a disaster when you're not. So I have learned to respect that.
Yeah.
Now, I got one last question for you. Then we're going to open the board up to all of the callers. How can we use numerology to fast track success? So, if our life was a paint by number picture, how can those numbers help us find our channel for success?
Well, I like to look at the life purpose, which is the life path. And I feel that when you follow your passion, your mission, and your purpose, that will bring success. And success for me is emotionally intelligent and coherent, heart-centered, mind is balanced, physical body, and financial flow. That's success to me. So,
and you can
yes.
You can get all of that through the numbers?
I can get all of that and more.
Wow. Wow. So when I tell all of you that you are always safe and loved, it's not just words. Now we even have numbers to show you that every single one of you have come in with a divine plan. And it's really about discovering that divine plan so that you will step into that place of flow.
Yes.
So, Gina, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm happy to serve. Thank you. Okay.
So, probably 5 minutes for each person. So, our first caller is from 863. Remember, Gina's going to need your birth date. I don't know that she's going to need your name. You can give a different name, but you do have to give your real birth date if you want a reading that is accurate. So, calling from 863. Hi there.
Hi, this is Julia from Florida. Thank you for taking my call.
Hi, Julia. You're so welcome. All right, now I'm going to get quiet and turn it over to Gina.
Okay. Hi, Gina.
Hi, Julia. How are you today? Happy Mother's Day.
Well, thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you, too.
Thank you. Yes, it is. How can I support you, Julia? Would you like a mini reading?
Yes, please. That would be wonderful.
Okay. Can you share your birthday with me?
It's September 16th, 1961.
Oh, wow. One of my dearest friends is born on that birthday.
Oh, wow,
okay.
Really?
Exact birthday.
Really? Wow.
Wow. So I know a lot about these numbers already. That's the good news. Okay, so let's just see. Wow. Aren't you special? So let me just double check here. 16, 7, 7, 9, 16, 7, 1, 8. Yes, okay. I always want to double check. So your life path, and I don't know if you're aware of this or not, is considered a 6 in the way that I do numerology. And you're born on the 7th, and you have a 7 in your attitude. So you're double 7, 6, which is quite profound to have a double digit to begin with, 2 of the same numbers, which means you're very, very much solidly in that energy code of the 7, both on the high note and the low note. But let's focus quickly on your 6. 6 rules. I love the 6 because it's considered the most magnetic and magnanimous of all the numbers. And it's ruled by Mother, the moon. It's ruled by the feminine, Mother, moon, and it's ruled by creation and nurturance. And on the high note, on the high note of the 6, the 6 comes in to be creative in every single way and also find a way to nurture oneself and nurture everyone around them. However, it's important that the 6 nurtures themselves first. Otherwise, it's out of divine order, and otherwise you'll feel drained and you won't feel appreciated. So the 6 needs water, needs bath, it needs to be near the water. It needs to drink a lot of water and a lot of fluids. That will really help your health. The 6 is also about creating something that has a lot of feeling. You could be a writer. There's a writer here as a potential. There's an artist here as a potential. There's the arts and the healing arts. And you're a healer. That's what I'm hearing. You're a healer, or you're facilitating healing in some way. And if you aren't, you can open up to something, because your numbers are very, very profound and interesting to me, to have 2 7s and a 6 together as the feminine. You came to be a parent. And it could be a parent of pets, or it could be parent of actual beloved children. You could also be parenting your parents, as the feminine often ends up doing. Oh, good. I'm looking at my clock. It was 4:22. That's a confirmation. You're mystical. You have science, and you have healing. You have the mystic, and you have the healer. But with the background, the backdrop is like science, law, medicine, financial. A very interesting mix. Can I ask you what you do, Julia?
I was primarily a homemaker and, wife and mother. And since my divorce, I've been kind of a little challenged to get myself moving forward in my life again, sort of figuring out who I am, where I want to go, what I want to do, and I get a little overwhelmed. So it's like I'm starting over, but just having a little bit of a challenge getting myself going in a direction. So
I understand. Well, the 6 is, the 6 is the great mother. It's the great parent. It came to parent, right? And so now that you've experienced that and you've done that, I believe you have to go inside and parent yourself according to the numbers, according to what I see, because everything is an inside job, and it's inside out. And you're also going to be asked to walk in more faith. Your numbers the 7s indicate faith or fear. It indicates so much. I mean, I could read for hours, but just off the surface, faith or fear. And so you're going to be called to walk more in faith. And how you can simply do that is just say, I'm walking in faith. I'm a faith walker. If you want to pull yourself out of where you're not feeling secure, where you're not feeling successful, you have to definitely change your mindscape. You change your thoughts, which change your feelings, which changes your experience. And I'm going to say there's a big work of choosing your thoughts and practicing them. I feel that in your code, because the 6 can go really, 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 really deep, and it's the moon. The moon rules the tides. You can be really successful when you nurture yourself, when you honestly, truly go inside and love and honor and nurture yourself. And I don't know if you work with Marcia or not, but perhaps some heart healing would be very powerful for you, and to clear your heart code and your heart field and your energy, so that it opens up to the magnificentness of your numbers.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
Well, what you said about, walking in faith and not in fear, I have been struggling with fear, especially, with what's going on now.
Yes.
And you had mentioned earlier about finances, and that's one of my biggest fears is, having enough financial assets to, kind of carry me through this next phase of my life. So that's a huge concern. And safety, feeling safe.
Yes, well, the 6 needs to feel safety because it's the womb. It's the mother, it's the feminine, it's the moon, it's the womb. And it also has a lot of emotional undercurrent. So if, in fact, Julia, you're not nurturing yourself, like take a bath today, or turn on a meditation tape today, or call Marcia back and set up a heart healing today. If you let the universe, God, Creator, whatever you want to say, know that you're willing to nurture yourself and take care of yourself based on your numbers here, okay? I'm reading this. Some doors will open. You'll get some clarity. You have to choose faith. You're called to walk in faith. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to see it. That's what faith is. It's sight unseen. That's very important in your number code across the board.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. That's been a challenge, trusting Creator. Yeah, it's funny how love and trust has been 2 of my biggest challenges. So yeah, I absolutely see where this applies. So yes.
And plus, we're all being activated now. So we're all being activated now, as you know. And the numbers, I think what love, and for sure, faith, trust, love. You want to release all your doubts. The 777 is the doubting Thomas on the low note. And so you just want to release your doubts. You want to find your peace. You want to nurture yourself and nourish yourself. That will open the door for success in every area of your life. But it's divine order.
Awesome.
Okay.
Well, that was
Thank
amazing.
You,
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Julia.
Now, we're going to speed it up a little bit, but that was so fascinating. Okay, our next caller is from 303. Hi there.
Hello. Hi.
What? Okay, Gina, take it away.
Hi there. I'm sorry,
Gina.
I didn't hear your
Hey.
I didn't hear your name.
Oh, I haven't been asked. My name is Allison. My birth date is March 15, 1957.
Hi, Allison. How are you?
Hi. Not good.
Happy Mother's
Don't say
Day.
it. Do not. No. Take that back. It is not. Take it back. You got to take that back. Delete. So I study numerology quite a bit. So I don't know if I really would be more interested in hearing sort of the birthday element or the current year, which is probably actually more interesting to me. Like the the universal 4-year being my birth path as well.
Yeah, that's true. It is your life path. However, this is the year of building new. It's a 4 universal year. I don't focus, just so you know, I do not focus on anything else but the birthday.
Oh, okay.
That's the highest gift I can give people, and it doesn't matter how much numerology somebody studied. I'm reading from a very different place because I've never studied numerology.
Okay.
So, but I
Fair
see
enough.
something here that could be very important for you in your number. It does relate to the 4 universal year, which my guidance is building new foundations, of security, stability, solidity, and building new paradigms, new worlds, and building bridges of understanding between right and wrong and good and bad and consciousness and unconsciousness and understanding. And, 4 is the great bridge builder, and you have it in your life path. So you're always going to be called, it's a master teacher, master builder, but you're always going to be called to build bridges of understanding, even within your own mind and intellect. There's a part of you that has to understand it a certain way that's about systems and structures. The 4 is the computer brain. It's Mr. Spock, Dr. Spock on the high note. To me, this is what I've been given.
Yeah.
on the high note. It's real. You have very powerful numbers. You have very potent numbers, both intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. Okay, so the 4 being to me more grounded in the physical plane. I also have a 4. I'm born on a 22-4, so I understand the 4 a little bit. But you're being called to bring your head into your heart more. You're being called to bring more balance and harmony and expand. It doesn't matter where we are. It just expand to the next wave of heart coherence, heartfelt communication, heartfelt living, right? You're born on the most magnetic of all the numbers. You heard me. It's the 6. It's profound. You have a 964. That's like, ooh. That's a very powerful and potent combination on the positive side. And on the flip side, it's got a lot of challenges, potentially, depending on how you decide to work with your numbers and the energy, the frequency of your numbers. Where I'm feeling you're being called at the 9. I have the 9 in the same place with you. And nines right now, so 9 is a spiritual leader. I guess you know this, right? It's the highest spiritual number. It's universal oneness, it's grace, but it's also the philanthropist. And actually, in your life path, in order for you to be really feel successful and be successful, you're going to be called to bring a foundation, an organization, a philanthropic something to everything that you do in order for you to really build success in this lifetime. You can't just build success for self. It's great to have it. You can have it, but you've got to have a philanthropic thread. So right now, and 9 is also ruled by loving service. And, I'm Greek, and people call me the Oracle of Delphi, and I think I'm just downloading from them. But if you haven't heard anything I'm saying, it doesn't matter. It matters that it's coming to you. It's coming to you to serve you, You're being called right now at a much higher level of consciousness, brain and heart coherence, what you're thinking, what you're speaking, what you're feeling. You're being called to balance kind of mind, body, and spirit. You might be called to meditate more. It doesn't matter. I meditate on and off for, hours a day, and I'm doing more, right? So it doesn't matter where we are. You're being called to the next wave. And the 9 is really being called being a spiritual leader and being the highest spiritual number, because what's being called more to the world is a spiritual awakening, right? And awareness. And you are a bridge builder, and you build bridges between unconsciousness and consciousness. So you would be a very powerful person to bridge that for people that you know. Maybe you could do a blog. You have very interesting numbers. You have very intellectual numbers, and then you have very emotional, spiritual numbers. Quite an interesting combination and balance of numbers, living from the high note. The low note, you could be struggling with some blind spots. I'm hearing blind spots. And we all are. Join the humanity, right? We all are. Yeah. However, I'm hearing go inside deeper. Like, go inside deeper. Your soul has something to say. The universe has something to say. There's a clarity that wants to happen for you at the next level. Do you have a question?
No, I'm being mindful of the time. That first call was a little bit long, so I'll go ahead and I'll pick up the slack. I'll pick up the slack from the previous call that went a little long and keep this one short.
That was sweet. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. That was
You're welcome.
wonderful.
Thank you. Okay.
And our next caller, Gina, is coming from 111. Hi there. You're showing up as 111. Can you hear us? Okay, I'm going to go on to the next person.
Oh, I'm here. Hello. My phone was actually on speaker, and I keep forgetting the speakerphone part doesn't work.
Oh,
hey,
darn, I hate that. Hi there. What would you like Gina to call you today?
My name is Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Hey, okay. And my date of birth is 8/12/80. And I want to focus on finances, and when it's time, I guess finances, because I'm going to be looking for a new job. I'm going to change careers.
Wow, you are special. Okay, if you're not writing, you need to be.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right? You are a brilliant and a poignant writer. And I'm going to just say this. You're a double master, so you have a master number. You have a double 11-2. I know 2 or 3 other people. I'm also a double master. Very powerful. Success for a master is about service, focusing on loving service. We, out of that context, everything shows up. But a brilliant writer, like any form of writing, there's film here, there's books, there's blogs, there's documentary, there's also potential. I'm just telling you, potential TV. There's music here. You've got the arts and the healing arts. There's an inspirational speaker here. And masters are being called. You're a double master, so I just know you're being called at a very high level. What you're thinking and what you're speaking are very important right now. You're also born on the 3, which is the number of communication and celebration on the high note. More meditation. I'm hearing more meditation. Like the simple things are going to get you what you're seeking in terms of financial success. So simple things, breath work, a little meditation, perhaps maybe some heart opening, heart healing. Marcia, you know, you're a master of that. You know, you're going to have to be called to not do too many things. Like you might do a lot of things or like to do a lot of things. And I'm hearing to hone in on a couple things that you really have a passion for. But writing is really at the core of your life path. So what is it that you've done?
I've done some acting before, one. Public speaking I've done before, but I'm getting back into it this summer.
Okay, you're definitely a public speaker.
Yes, and I'm going to be going back to school. So I want to take writing just for a year, just to elevate my career and for acting purposes as well. I do write short stories, okay? So I write short stories, and maybe one day I'm thinking about trying to get them onto film or doing something with film. Or I can even bring it to acting school.
Well, there's definitely film. You're born on the 3. It's entertainment, it's communication, it's celebration. So the 3 is not only is it film, it's it is the inspirational speaker, it's the comedian, it's the writer, it's the hit song. You have the potential to whatever you write from a place of passion, not focused on the money, knowing the money will come. You could be a global sensation. That's what's possible in your code. You could be famous. There's fame and fortune here around writing, film, TV. You're an actor, actors here, and inspirational speaker. The potential is there. High potential.
Okay. I was thinking about giving up on that, but I'm going to stick with it.
Well, you're a double master, and you're being called to do what serves and what you love and what you have a passion for. It will financially pay off for you, I guarantee you, if you stay very focused.
All right, I will. Okay, I will stay. All right, I am. That's not a problem. It's just getting some finances into place and moving. That's not a problem at all.
Okay, that's great. Well, you're on your way. One thing at a time. I'm hearing one day, one step at a time, one thing at a time, and trust. You've got the highest master number. You have all the gifts of heaven and earth. You have to trust that, and you have to stay very focused with your thoughts. Calling it in.
All right.
All
Okay,
right.
I will. All right, and I'll call you guys back to let you know how I'm doing. And I even will do a reading, too. So I just got to get some things together. All right. Sounds
Please
perfect.
do. We love to know how it's going.
Yes, please do.
All right.
Take care.
Now, before the next caller, I want you, Gina, just to speak to quickly, what is service? I think this is where a lot of us get confused. What is service?
You know, it's fascinating. Service is, what I live for. It's my favorite thing. However, I wrote something on service yesterday. And service means, and when you're a master, you just came to serve. Service is not sacrifice, but you came to serve and not be ultra focused on money and financial gain, because out of service that comes. But you don't sacrifice yourself. You don't, you're not diminished in that. But service is, to me, it's an inner and outer movement. It's how you serve yourself in the highest way. Love yourself, heal yourself, know yourself. And then how you bring that to other people who might need some guidance and to be served and don't even know it or may know it. And, an attitude of service is sharing, giving, gifting, And that attracts more spiritual and material wealth. That's what it is for me.
But always, it's that balance between giving and receiving. So when Gina tells you you've been called to service, it does not mean servitude, poverty, working yourself to death. Please, we are entering a new era, and balance is most important. Okay, so now here's our next caller calling from 415. Hi there. And what would you like us to call you today? We can't hear you. Check your phone. Okay, we'll come back to you. I'm going to go on to the next person. All righty. Next, we have a caller from 951. Hi there.
Hello. Hi.
Hi, Nathaniel. Okay, I'm going to turn you over to Gina.
Hi.
Greetings. Hi, how are you? And your name, sir?
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Lovely to meet you. How can I serve you? How can I support you?
Hey, I wanted to see if you could do my numbers.
Yes.
I'm born on May 1st, 1957.
Ah. Okay. Let's just see what we have here. Well, isn't that fascinating? Let me just double check that. I believe you have the 10 in the life path, and you're calling on a 10 energetic day, so that's powerful.
Wow.
Yes, sir. So, 10 life path. In terms of success, what that means is leadership. It also means innovation and initiation and creating something, perhaps pioneering something. You're a double one, your birthday's a 1, and you have a 10. So high intellect. You have high intellect. On the high note, you have a balance, really, on the masculine energy, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, which would allow you to, so there's science here, there's business here, there's, intellectual endeavors here, but there's also the arts and the healing arts here. Like, you could be very successful basically in whatever you choose on either side of that coin. Can I ask you what it is you do or what you've done?
Well, I've kind of been a jack of all trades here, but I do play guitar and stuff, but I really haven't been successful financially at it. I'm a security guard right now. Thinking, I've applied for some other jobs and stuff. I'm not sure what to do.
Okay, so, if you have a passion for music always inspires. I also, I write songs and I do music and I co-produce. I do a lot of things with music. It's very inspiring and uplifting, and music can also be a spark. It's like you're being called. There's something that's unique. You're being called to be more inspired, and like there's a spark that wants to spark within you to inspire you to rise to the next level or surf the next wave of your life. But you have to have a clear vision of it. Like more clarity is needed here, okay?
Okay.
And I'm hearing don't limit yourself. You can decide to be and do and have whatever you want. You have to be clear about it. You have to choose to be confident about it, have faith about it. But clarity is everything for you. Be very, very clear. What's the next step? What's the thing that you want to do? What resonates with your passion, and what's a mission? What's a purpose here for your life? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, how am I gonna do all that? Is that just gonna kind of like miraculously appear, or am I gonna have to a combination of that and hard work, or?
Well, it's about coming more into your spiritual awareness. And a little meditation. There's hundreds, thousands of different kinds of meditation. You find something that resonates with you. You get still. I like stillness meditations. There's breath work. There's something that wants to clear out of what you think you know and understand about yourself. There's some clarity that wants to happen and clear away, so that you have a clear vision of what's possible for your life. You're an initiator, by the way. You've got 2 wands. That's the initiator. You're a leader. You can lead, but you have to believe you can lead. You have to believe you can pioneer something and initiate something. And I would say tune into hobbies, like other hobbies, even besides music. You should be very handy. I'd be surprised if you're not handy. Yeah, you're being called for clarity. Once you get that clarity, so breath work, you can Google it, it's free, meditation work, might need some heart clearing. I can't recommend you enough, Marcia.
Thank you.
My son is really appreciated, doing really well. Thank you very much for that. I would say that, Nathaniel, there's a level of confusion sometimes that you deal with. It's in your 10. And it might spin you around. It might spin you in and out of, this and that and what you're thinking and this and that. And so you just want to find a balance. And how you find balance is breath work, 2 or 3 minutes a day, right? A little meditation, 5-10 minutes a day. And then I'm hearing start to journal. You need to journal about what your life has been about, what your feelings are about, what your lessons are about, and then you'll get some clarity in that. That'll open up a new window of opportunity for you, possibility.
Oh, great. Well, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Take care. Blessings.
Bye-bye.
All righty. Thank you, Gina. Our next caller is from 216. Hi there. What would you like Gina to call you today?
Hi, my name is Patricia, calling from Ohio.
Hi, Patricia.
I'd like to get some clarity on what's taking major life changes in my life. I guess particular areas in my life. What major changes do I have to be prepared for, or should I be prepared for?
Okay. Well, let me look.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, let me look at your birthday and just see. So you're looking at what changes?
Major life changes in areas of my life.
Okay.
My birthday is July 16th, 1958.
Another 10 in your life path. Wow. Interesting. 7, let me just double check. Well, definitely spiritual changes. I don't know if it's religion or if it's spirituality, but there's some kind of awakening here, and something wants to happen around spiritual health, mental health, emotional health, and physical health.
Mm-hmm.
It's important for you to write. It's important for you to write your feelings.
All right.
Okay, and it's important for you to have more faith. There's something about having faith in what you are thinking about and wanting. Like you've got to be intentional about what you want in every area of your life. Have you done that?
Yeah,
Are you clear?
I started to write that out earlier, throughout this year and then starting last year in different areas. Of course, there have been changes, unexpected changes. I mean, and with this current, I mean, obviously no one saw that.
Right.
Yeah, because I was expecting to be living in another state. And so I'm not. And because living here in Cleveland, Ohio, I think I've gone through a dark night of the soul for a long time. But anyway, dark night of the soul, I've encountered a narcissist who still does that telepathic communication, but I took my power back and am ignoring him, and then working on other areas of my life, my health.
I heard health.
Challenge.
Yes, I heard health.
I'm dealing with, and that will record for what I want to do. That's more healthier and on a naturopathic. It's going to take money, a large sum of money, to me to go to that facility. And also I'm just what I intended to do 10 or so more years ago was, start moving forward in my life purpose and business, but there were just several detours, so I'm just starting to do that in particular areas, and then another area, speaking and writing. I want to do that as well.
You're very creative. You're very, very creative, and all that's available to you. However, the greatest success for you right now is to get your health together, and you don't have to necessarily go anywhere. You can, but there's some simple things, like there's more meditation, more breath work. Google breathing for whatever your condition is, breath work, more stillness meditation, okay?
Right.
And also you have to watch yourself talk.
Watch myself what?
Talk. Yourself, how you communicate to yourself. Right. We all do, by the way. We all do. Right. I have to check myself every minute of the day. But you could lead in whatever area you want to. There's music here. There's the arts. There's the healing arts. There's science here. You're born on the 7th. It's the mystic. You've got world leader. You can lead, speaking, writing. You have many gifts. You have many blessings, and you're being called to walk in faith like you've never walked in faith, in spite of all that you're dealing with.
Right. Yes, and okay, and also getting back to my health, with food as medicine and those others, and I guess my purpose, my life's purpose, is pretty big because it's my whole life that I've experienced these odd changes. We'll put it that way.
Yes, and you could have changes that come very quickly, like flipping the switch. By the way,
right.
You have that in your number code,
Right, and I've been taking advantage of listening to, because some of the want to move forward with getting started as an entrepreneur, writer, speaker, and other areas. Listening to free, presentations on Zoom, be it business persons, business women speaking, speaker training, ancestral healing, because I believe I'm really starting to open myself up to that, and I believe that's been some challenge for me, because with my life, just some areas that were just repetitive, I just could not shake, no matter how much I wanted to make myself move forward in my life and success on my terms. Just nothing just happens. So I believe that's ancestral healing that needs to take place, and when I'm starting to learn. But anyway, like I said, taking advantage of these free, trainings and and just preparing, where I can, and
Yes.
and learning technology and learning new skills.
And I'm sorry, Patricia, we're going to have to cut you off because we've got so many people. So
Patricia,
Gina,
good luck, many blessings. Drink more water and take good care of yourself. And maybe a heart healing with Marcia could really take your health to the next level.
Okay, now we've got a caller from 770.
Hello.
Hi there. Hi.
Hi.
And what would you like us to call you today?
You can call me Louise.
Louise.
Hi,
All right,
Louise.
Gina?
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you. How are you? Happy Mother's Day. Happy Sunday
Thank you.
to all of you.
Oh, yes.
How can I support you?
I'm vibrating on a personal 3 number this year. My birthday is January the 7th, 45, and I think I am a 3 for this year.
Let's see, 7 and 1 is 8. So you're 1/7/1945, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, you're being called. You have a 9 in your life path.
Yes.
And that's the highest spiritual number. It's a spiritual leader. It's loving service. Loving service, however, very connected to an organization or foundation. Either you set one up yourself or you connect to one. Very important in your life path because you have material wealth as what's possible on the high note. You have a material wealth on the 8, empowerment and enlightenment, and then you have, and that's a world leader. That's a benevolent ruler who builds a kingdom for many. And then you have the 9. You have the spiritual leader. So on both sides, you're covered. Then you have 7, the mystic. So you're also, it's pretty epic. You're being called to walk in faith in a way that you never have. And you're being called to a deeper spiritual practice because there's another level of awakening that wants to happen through you. You're being called. On the positive side, you could balance out, heaven and earth. The kingdom of heaven is within with your numbers. You have to watch your thoughts. You want to be positive, not negative in your thinking, and you want to watch the people you surround yourself with energetically. No judgments, but you have numbers. No judgments. God bless them, right? We're not here to judge, but you have got to make some decisions about who you're allowing in your life and not take on their burdens because that burdens your purpose and your mission in life.
Yes. Wow.
Brilliant, Gina.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah. I've been thinking about I'm a licensed esthetician, and I've been thinking about getting back into that field. And also, maybe while I'm in that field, help others some kind of other way. Maybe because I'm very sensitive to energy.
Yes.
And maybe I was thinking maybe if I could, I want to find out how can I hold on to being more conscious of it all the time because I know it's here with me within, and I just want to know how maybe you could help me figure out how I can. I know meditation is one way. My dreams have been telling me a lot also.
Oh, yeah. You have the 9. You should be 7 and 9 together. You should have big dreams. Prayer and meditation, not just meditation, by the way.
Prayer and meditation.
Prayer and meditation, whatever that is for you. Now, I do both. There's a lot here, and you are being called. And there's something important about being entrepreneurial right now, but out of like something faithful, something that might help women serve women. Let's just say, maybe battered women or abused women, and you go in and do facials and you get paid to do that from a nonprofit. I mean, there's something important here. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm not able to really go in depth, but you're being called to something that really is philanthropic, where you are really in service. Your money will come. You will have financial success if you stay focused on how you get to serve other people and get paid for the service. Is there a way to be in touch with anybody, Marcia, afterwards? How does that work? Do they call you?
Everyone will notice that I have given Gina's email address here so that you can schedule a longer reading with Gina. It's abundantlight222@yahoo.com. Because
Abundant Light, LIGHT?
Yes.
Correct. 222@yahoo.com. And I would really encourage you all to get a longer reading from Gina. She, we only gave her such a short time.
Yes.
And I know you have so many questions. So we're going to have to go to the next person. And Gina, if we could hold you for maybe 15 more minutes and get through. We've got 4 more people. I think we can do them in.
Well, to be honest with you, I want to honor my time at Mother's Day. My son has plans, and so I can take one more call, Marcia.
All right, let's do that. Okay, so I'm just going
to. And I want to talk to everybody. Maybe they can just email me, and I can give them a 5-minute mini reading. Be happy to do that. But
it's Abundant Light, ABUNDANT, Light, LIGHT, 222@yahoo.com. And that is how you reach Gina. But again, I want to encourage you to schedule a full reading where you really would. We're not under time pressure, and Gina would have the time that she needs to dedicate to you. So our last caller for today then is going to be 408. Hi there.
Hello.
Hi there. And what is your name?
Craig.
Hi, Craig.
Hi.
How can I support you, Craig? What's your birthday?
December 7th.
Ah. Okay. What year?
66.
1966. Wow, you also have a 10 on a 10 energy day. That's great. No wonder you called.
Well, I was actually wondering about the energy that comes out of me. I know there's a lot of it, and I was just wondering what you thought about that energy.
Well, a good thing I don't think about it. I'm going to tune in and intuit it. But you have a 5 in your life path, and on the high note, and you're born on the 7th, and you have a 10 in your attitude. And so on the high note, the 5 is divinely inspired by God and the universe. It's about fun and adventure, but it's really about transformation. It's also the arts and the healing arts. You also have the scientist and the mystic, and you have world leader and pioneer. You've got really great numbers on the high note. Hope you're walking in some of those notes. Because the world needs great men. It needs great, the feminine and the masculine, right? Very important right now. If you don't do music or film or books, I would be shocked, or transformational work based on your numbers. I'd be absolutely shocked on the high note.
I feel led to do some of those things, but I'm just not sure when that stepping out on the world stage is going to begin for me. I'm not exactly sure. I do believe that. I have believed that since 1999. So,
Okay.
but I'm not exactly sure how that's going to take place. I mean,
what do you do now?
Well, right now I'm not doing anything right now. I've just been immersing myself in spiritual things, and that is in conflict with people that can't see past the flesh, spiritually speaking. So I have been kind of staying away from that whole aspect of it right now, so that I can develop these skills of spiritual walk, which is different than the natural, obviously.
Yes, I understand. Well, that's good, because you're being called to go inside and stay inside and to be inspired. You don't need any approval or inspiration from outside of yourself. However, writing is vital for you, and also music. I don't care if it's sound frequency music that you play during the day, you YouTube it, doesn't cost. If you play your own music, or if something inspires you musically, but I'm hearing high frequency music is going to be very supportive for you. There's also a director and a producer here. I mean, there is so much available to you. You have to decide and be very clear about what your greatest passions are and your mission and your purposes according to your guidance.
Oh, okay. Experience is that on the left side of my brain, where people operate from. Well, I had a traumatic brain injury and I was in a coma, and then I came out of the coma, and so my left side of my brain is damaged, which makes me not normal in that sense. And that happened when I was early in my life, so I haven't been able to function from that standpoint. I've always functioned, I believe now, more so than ever, from the right side, where I don't have to worry about the things that people have to worry about on the left side. And I get accused of all kinds of things because of that, but they don't understand the whole picture. So,
well, you're very intuitive. You're very intuitive, and you can tune in, which doesn't take the brain. I had a birth brain injury, and I have no linear ability, none. However, the gifts I've been given is high intuition and, spiritual, spiritually aligned with my highest good. So, it seems like a limitation, and in some ways it is in the world, but thank God for me. I'm glad that I had to go through that so that I could be who I am and where I am and, able to serve. I feel like you're on the cutting edge of something. You're going to break through. You're going to have a breakthrough about your well-being, your mental well-being, your emotional and your physical well-being. And that's the greatest success and wealth of all.
Absolutely. Yeah, I believe that's true. Yeah, I every time I think about something that's not going well, I wonder, well, how come it's difficult for me, and it's because I have to release that and remove myself from that whole thing that's taking my energy away.
Right.
And
if I may, your 5 calls you to be focused on gratitude. You're magical, and you're an alchemist, and you're a wizard, and you can be victorious. You must step out of your victim. And you can be victorious against all odds, which means you don't tell the story anymore about your injury. You don't need to. You need to just step into your light, your brain and heart coherence. That's all you need. And nobody I know better than Martin with the heart healing. We all need heart healing. We need it more now than we've ever needed it in our lives. I do believe that, based on what's going on in the world. I believe, more light's coming, and we're being called to rise up, and we're awakening. And we have to have the right tools, but we also have to have a heart intelligence and emotional intelligence to be clear and to stabilize and to have balance and harmony. I hope I've supported you.
Yeah, I
And
mean, you definitely, I just have a hard time making connections with people outside of myself that are not like-minded, and it just becomes challenging at times. That's all.
I understand. Well, we're here, Marcia and I. We're like-minded.
Well, I would like to talk to people more like yourself, and then maybe I might learn a little bit more than what I've just gathered from my own research and stuff, which has just been what I do for myself. That's all it is. And I enjoy sharing what I learn with people outside of myself, but I've learned that a lot of people, I think it's the majority of the people, they can see me in my flesh body, yeah, but they can't see me spiritually speaking. And I always wonder, well, shucks. I have to look at myself and wonder, well, what am I doing wrong? And a lot of times I'm getting I get upset too easily when I shouldn't be. I should be more understanding of their situation, because I was in their situation at one time, but now I'm not.
Right, I understand. Have more compassion for yourself. This is an inside job, so just go deeper in. That's my highest recommendation, and have compassion and love yourself. And I would highly recommend a heart healing with Marcia. I feel that your heart's calling. Your heart is calling to have a healing. Yeah, that's just my intuition. You get to choose. I'm just a messenger, and a numerologist.
Numerologist. Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to honor Gina and all of the incredible insight that she has given all of us, and not hold her any longer than we already have. Gina, thank you so incredibly much. Let me repeat, for everyone who was not able to get a reading, or for those of you who want to go deeper, and I absolutely encourage you to go deeper. And if you did not get a reading and you contact her by email, please consider giving a donation, even though Gina has offered to give you, 5 or 10 minutes. Please, when we get used to the idea that we must honor and stay in balance, give and receive, your life becomes much more beautifully synchronized. So please stay in balance. But again, the way to reach Gina by email is abundantlight222. That's abundant, ABUNDANT, light, LIGHT, 222 at yahoo.com. And for those of you who want to go deeper and just want to understand the spiritual realm better, but want to do it on a budget, please go to my website, marciamartinthehearthealer.com, and join my community. You can begin for less than $8 a month, and there are many, many, many resources there for you. And if you absolutely cannot afford anything, then please join my Facebook group, which is called Healing Hearts, and you will receive support in that way. But keep in mind that when you are calling on a professional like Gina, if you are not willing to give anything in exchange for all that you are receiving, you probably are not going to take in the information or find that it's valuable. So be your most beautiful, abundant self, and not your smallest poverty self. So, Gina, again, I thank you so much. You are magical. And
Marcia, it's an honor and a privilege. It's my honor and my privilege. I hope I've truly served and touched some hearts and souls, and I will be very mindful of, the time in the world and what people's needs are, and we can discuss that if someone does want an in-depth reading.
Excellent. Yes, it's difficult sometimes when we get in our gifts to be mindful of time, but we're all learning that. All right, everyone. Thank you
Blessings.
all so much.
Thank you,
For
Marcia.
being here. Thank you, Gina. And until next week,
Love you.
I am sending you all my love.
Love and
You've
blessings
been listening to
all.
another fabulous program on Angel Heart Radio. Our goal is to remind you of how much you matter in the world and to let you know that we appreciate who you are in the world. You can check out who's on, when we're on, and who our guests are at angelheartradio.com. Everything is there. It's all just one click away. Angel Heart Radio programs are powerful tools to help you in your life and your life experience. They are not intended, nor should they, be used to replace your medical or legal advice. The views expressed by hosts, co-hosts, callers, guests and associates should not be construed as advice from Angel Heart Radio.